Hey, welcome to Can We Play Already? I'm Julian, I'm your DM tonight. Tonight we are playing in our adventure, ongoing adventure, The Heroes of Valto's Crossing. I believe we are on episode 5, and I'm not getting anyone questioning me, so we're gonna go with it. We've taken a few weeks break, but we're back and raring to go. We're gonna see who falls to the wayside, who keeps going as we trek through this treacherous desert on our way to adventure. I'll let everyone introduce themselves. Go ahead on my left.
Hi, I'm Jace. I'm playing a character named Tengil, who's an Aarakocra Divine Soul Sorcerer. I guess it is only episode 5, but it feels like it's been longer because we're really into these characters in this setting. So yeah, happy that you are all joining us.
Hey, I'm Brianna. I play Kanaima, our pirate rogue, who's a tabaxi.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm Josh. I play Andri, our halfling cleric with a lot of hang-ups. I'm real happy to be back after a couple weeks off.
I'm John. I'm playing Welltide, our party's druid. Druid of the land, water bearer. I'm also super pumped after a couple weeks off. Lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, it should be exciting. I'm good to just pick up where we left, which was you were all traveling across the Badlands to the orc settlement of Great Ashar, a monolithic, towering city of red clay walls that block out the sun and are all like interconnected on higher stories. And you made it through the sandstorms and through the horrid wilderness to get to this really imposing city with its huge gates, its multi-levels. It's built onto like this hillside, and it's just like the streets, you can see these like red buildings jutting up into the sunlight of it's about noon when you got there, I believe. But down on the street level, the buildings almost completely block out the sun, and it's lit by these like hot oil lamps everywhere. You see like hung on buildings and hung on lampposts that give off that like shimmering hot heat where they're lit, lighting the dark alleyways. It's a very interesting city. It's not quite a welcoming one. The orcs are not always welcomed the most kindly in other settlements, so here they have a safety and they don't often see strangers outside of their own people. And it's also a very difficult place to travel to for most commoners, so unless you're trading goods or have a good reason to be there, it's not always the most welcoming.
We didn't tell anyone we were coming here either, did we?
Yeah, we just showed up.
No, you weren't turned away at the gate after you explained that you wanted to see the High Seers and see if they had information that you could use and to tell them of your findings in the desert. They let you into the city. Ahead of you, although like different kind of alleyways and streets veer off to the side, ahead of you underneath the different walkways of various heights in between buildings is a main thoroughfare of these red brick or red clay buildings that leads up to what looks like kind of pyramid-shaped temple in the middle of the city. So you can see it in the distance a bit, and it has just like hundreds of steps up to the top where you can see its entrance. And that would probably be where their seers stay, and looks like a sacred place kind of thing. But yeah, to the sides of you see orcs going about their business. You see a few merchants. You see people going in and out of houses and stuff, traveling with carts and traveling with, some of them even have giant lizards that they use to pull carts and to pull cargo and stuff, or what's it called? Cargo's for ships. Shipments is for cars. So I always remember it. And pulling shipments down various streets and stuff like that. So it's a little busy, and people everywhere kind of like are gazing at you, but like not interacting with you. Kind of giving you those sidelong gazes that they give strangers they don't quite trust.
Welltide is like waving at everybody like on the way. Just like, what's your name? I'm Welltide.
Hey, what's up? What's good?
I'm guessing none of you have been to the city before.
No.
Yeah, Welltide is like
Yeah, what does everyone
totally
think of
in
it?
awe.
Let's go through it.
Yeah, like almost like overwhelming, but like in a sense where like Weltide's just like really excited and just like full of energy about it. Like, wow, this place is so cool. I've never seen a
Yeah.
place like this before. And that's also part of why she wants to like talk to all the people there. She doesn't see orcs very often, so she's just like, wow, everything here is really cool. Yeah.
Andrea is actually probably doing her best to kind of like shush or like mention to Kanaima and Weltide to kind of like keep
Blend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's feeling very sensitive to the eyes on us right now, and does not like that sensation.
I am a 4'8" cat man. I do not blend well in an orc city.
Just like don't go around shouting.
Yeah, well, I'm just asking people what's good, you know?
Lower your tone of your
Nah, I
voice.
can't. I only have one volume.
Just try talking like this.
I can't.
I
don't
feel
think
like you're
can
not
do
even
that.
trying right
I was trying really hard.
It's hard not
work.
to.
Yeah.
Is there a place we were trying to go? Let's just go there. Let's
Up the steps.
And then I start to
What
sing
do
the
you?
Rocky theme.
what does Kanaima think of the city?
This is pretty cool. I want to run up those stairs and throw my hands in the air.
Please don't do that.
Interesting reaction to stairs. I didn't even know cats had that reaction.
I want to run up and down them.
You know what? That's fair. Cats do like to run up and down stairs. What does Tango
Yeah.
think?
I hate it here. This is, there's so many buildings and bridges, and I need open sky. You might as well be in a cave. The smell is horrible, and look at that wall over there. What is that even made of?
Clay.
Clay. Tango walks up to the wall and then just
Familiar.
like reaches out a talon and just starts like scratching it in like
Deface their property.
Yeah, no, don't. Andrew like reaches over. He's like, "Stop, all of you! Stop doing this!"
That's like what don't you buy like little shells and stuff for like birds so that they can scratch
Yeah.
their
Yeah, cuttlefish
Yeah.
bones.
Yeah, cuttlefish bones.
Yes,
Is that what I
exactly.
think this is?
yeah.
We don't want to make them angry at us.
I think they're fine.
I don't think they can see us.
Why wouldn't they be able to
Yeah,
see
why would
us?
you think that?
Oh, that's really interesting. What fresh hell is this?
Are we invisible?
Are they looking? I'm not going to turn and look, but you tell me.
Are they looking?
Bird eyes.
Wait.
You're just like
Some glances.
staring straight at it.
we don't have very good peripheries. Everyone hold still. I'm going to look.
Oh my god.
A couple orcs nearby who are chatting and like haggling over the price of like something at a stall like literally hear your bird call and just look at you and respond.
They weren't looking, they're looking now.
I'm like, I don't know if I have quite the capabilities of an owl, but like my head
No.
is as backwards as it can be
Vetoing.
right now.
TM veto.
Okay.
This is not the way you should be acting in a new city. This is, guys.
I act this way everywhere.
We should be making new friends here.
What is our goal here? Our goal.
Yeah,
is
what
to
is your goal again?
Find out about.
Well, we have to go.
Yeah,
see
what
this-
were
the
we
high
doing?
priest.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
What are we doing?
I know that you guys were following a couple leads. There was a lead that there's an old temple inside of Mountain Bara that is kind of crumbling away, an old temple to the fire gods. And you were also following a lead that there was someone in Havrock that was worth seeing.
An old like elf.
Yes, it was an old elf who might have information about like Valto's crossing in the deserts past.
And so our reasons for coming here was because we.
I remember you mentioned that the seers came to Valto's crossing, like, or well, and the orcs came and sent like sent people forward to warn them about stuff, and you were concerned about the natural disasters looming and like the sandstorm you saw outside of Pesh. Was it Pesh that we went to?
Pesh is the one where the elf is.
Oh, Pesh is where the elf is. The other
That's
one
where you're
Tarash
going,
is
I'm sure.
where
Yeah.
we
Right.
were at.
Wow,
The
good
other
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I'm so good. No, Tarash was the one you went to. I just
Yeah.
wrote this campaign study. It's okay. Got a lot of things going on. But yes, you've seen the sandstorm. You have this air stone. You know that the water shrines are starting to provide less water every month. So you're out of that concern. And since the orcs seem to know something about it, you all decide to go here. So you could go up to the temple to see the seers and try and get in and get some information and some answers. You could try and get information about nearby areas from like the locals and stuff. Explore the city. What do you feel like? I don't know.
Well, Tad's gonna like ask a local where the head seers are.
We gotta look for Omatu. That was the lady that was talking to Neovara.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the name. I got a real good memory.
Love players who take notes. No, I do. It's good. If you, I don't know. So you talk to some locals, these same traders that are, looking at Tango like, what the hell's wrong with you? Although the customer walks away, there's a woman selling, she's selling lots of like different cooked fruits on skewers and stuff like that.
Wow.
And anyways, she kind of gives a huff when she hears you talk about them. She's like, if you want to know about the almighty seers, like, you can walk up to their palace up there. They don't come down to see the common folk like us very often. And she seems kind of like bitter about it. But she is like, yeah, like, be on your way then.
You're not a big fan of these seers?
She like looks at you. She knows you're strangers, and she's like kind of like, obviously she doesn't want to like tell you her life story or anything, but she's like, let's just say like there's not much good seeing the future when you don't do much about it sometimes, and like seems to think they're a little less actionable than they could be.
We're here looking for some guidance and information to maybe help things. So hopefully we can help your seers do more good.
Yeah, well, if helping you is in there, like divine kind of plan here, maybe you will get some help. I hope it is. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like, so
I am
sweet.
already running up the stairs.
Can I buy one of her skewers?
Yeah.
Okay. How much are they?
5 copper.
All right. Done.
You had exactly 5 copper.
Yes.
Wow. Nailed that.
I too am a seer.
I knew I'd need this 5 copper. Yeah, you take one that has like vibrant, like pink chunks of fruit on it. They're like a melon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I don't eat any. I carry it with me.
Why? Cool. All in a day. So at the end of this thoroughfare, like you're walking like kind of halfway like to the middle of the city here. So above you stretches these huge steps leading up to a kind of domed section up at the top as far as you can see. But there must be like 100 plus steps here. And there's 2 orc guards at the bottom of the stairs, both holding like halberds that look like they're guarding it. And when you approach, they're kind of like, stop, like, what is your business here?
We're here to see the seers.
One of them asked, like, do you have business with them?
Yes, there was a messenger sent to Valto's Crossing to warn about some oncoming dangers, and we've found some things that we are concerned about, and we wanted to come for some guidance to see what we can do to help.
So the other one kind of speaks up and is like, oh, so you don't, like, you're an unannounced visitor. And you can see that, like, they're kind of not very eager to let you in unless you have some kind of appointment or unless they have good reason to. So as a group, what's your good reason?
I hold out the stick of fruit.
Are you sure? I'm just saying, you need a good reason to get past these guards. The stick of fruit might not do it.
Who's holding on to the wind gem right now? Let's show them we have this wind gem we found. We were hoping they would have information on it. Multi just blurts it out.
Do you show them?
No.
Show them. Come on, it's okay. We can trust them. They're in this seer city. Orcs are nice.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion and create a thing in my hand that could be a wind gem, but distinctly does not look like the real one.
What's your spellcasting ability? Charisma?
Charisma, yeah.
Can you roll a charisma check with deception
Sure.
to see if it goes unnoticed?
Okay. Yes,
Whoa.
it does.
Yeah.
You gotta roll your magic burnout too. Sorry.
But it's just a cantrip, so no damage if it doesn't happen.
You are totes right. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Are you at a D10 already?
I'm at a D8 now.
Okay.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's not good for future spell casting.
Christ.
Anyways, it does work though at that cost. So although it does strain you a little bit, you manage to, like your friends managed to distract it a little bit from it. So what do you conjure exactly?
Yeah, just like a different thing that, like, I mean, Welltide already said the word, like wind orb or whatever. So yeah, like a spherical thing that looks, you know, maybe it has like swirling winds inside or something like that, like a sandstorm, or, you know, makes it look kind of
Oh.
like a mystical weather seeing or something, you know, related to the elements.
They are intrigued, and one of them's like they see it's like an item with some magical properties for sure, and they're a bit like cautiously interested in it, and they're like, what does this have to do with the orc seers?
We were warned about some oncoming disasters, and we're wondering if this could be possibly related to it. We've even seen some more like sandstorms that have been brewing around, more elementals just losing their way in this plane. We wanted to see what we can do to help remedy things, because we're being warned about the end of days.
All right. One of them grabs the other and is like, they've been talking about these incidents. They might want more information. You're gonna roll just a charisma persuasion check
Cool.
to see if this works for them.
Okay. Anyone want to help me? No. Okay.
You're doing this. It's
It's
fine.
fine. It's fine.
You got this.
It's been a week. I still have the ability to like re-roll if it's really bad, right?
Yeah, because the
Okay.
human determination trait we got.
Okay, so this is what's my charisma? It's 15.
And are you
Wait, charisma
and persuasion?
No, I don't have persuasion as a thing.
But that's okay. That's still very good. It looks like you have them convinced. They, uncross their halberds in front of you. And one of them leads you up the steps and says, I will announce your arrival when we reach the pools, and leads you up these stones or these clay steps. Anyways, it is arduous because it's a lot of walking. The orc in front of you seems well trained and doesn't they break a sweat but don't really slow their pace at all. For the rest of you, it will cost you 1 point of fatigue.
I'm just gonna fly.
I mean, flying indoors? Is it like inside the room?
Not yet.
No.
The
Oh,
stairs
okay.
are there. I say you could avoid
It's a
it.
pyramid, right? You said.
Can we just
Yeah.
walk up slowly?
Take a fatigue. It's fine.
Yeah.
I gotta punish you. It's this game.
That's true.
Yeah.
As we're walking, Andrew sort of like whispers to Welltide, just be like, I hope you know what you're doing with this. Personally, I think we should just look for that treasure in that volcano. I don't know about this whole orcs here stuff.
They might know more about it. It's okay. I think I've got.
All right,
a
this
good
this
thing.
is your thing.
I trust them.
Sure.
You trust everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a problem everyone's concerned with. All right, so you reach the top, and you climb out of the darkness of the alleys and streets of the city and into the harsh sunlight just beating against this building. And as you reach the top of it, a great archway kind of leads into a larger domed building, and it looks almost completely dark because of your eyes. And when they adjust, you're hit with kind of a fresh air feeling, like a slight breeze and the smell of fresh spring water. And you see in front of you a few fountains. Everything is beautifully tiled with mosaic pieces, the floor and the dome ceiling and everything. And there looks like there's another room at the center of this dome. That's a little smaller, but still quite sizable on its own. Anyways, different orcs seem to be moving around. Some are in prayer. You can see some that are just going around their business at this temple. all dressed in like kind of ceremonial garb that all like really are shocked to see outsiders here. The orc that brought you there pulls someone aside and says they have some news from other settlements about the environmental problems of the desert. And they lead you to this like center building. You're allowed to go in. He tells you to wait like by the door until someone gets you, and he leaves you and closes the door behind him. So you're in the center, and in front of you is just like the building. This building is almost completely just a square pool of water in the middle. It doesn't look very deep, but it's like completely still and like glass, and it reflects like this beautiful mosaic ceiling as well directly onto it that just sparkles on it. It's like just breathtaking to behold. And you see an older orc, and she looks very like lost in thought, bowing in the water just at the edge of the pool there, very quietly.
In the water?
Yes. It's very like shallow.
Okay. But like you said, it was super still, so like her movement isn't...
She's not
ripples
moving
or
right
anything?
now. She's just like
Oh,
so still it almost doesn't create ripples.
wow.
We're inside, or we're like still waiting?
No,
to
you're
be-
inside. He closed the door behind him. It is just the four of you, and he said, like, you wait until she comes to you. And you're left just in like the deafening silence of this room for a little bit.
Oh no, you think he's
Valtide
dead?
is awestruck. Alda is like also just like kind of looking at all of the sparkly like water and mosaic kind of stuff, trying to like just like looking around.
I think she's dead.
Maybe we should poke her.
I don't know. You can do it.
Is
I
she
don't
not
wanna.
moving?
You hear like a cough from her,
Oh.
and you just hear someone's like an old orc woman be like, "I'm not dead," like, and she
Oh,
rises.
it's good to know. It's good. I was worried for a second. I was worried for your health.
She rises, the water like ripples away from her. Her robes are like gently dripping the water off of her where they were damp, and she was like, they were in the water in prayer. And she rises out without drying herself off or anything, or her robes or anything. And she's like, she comes to see you, and she's, she's like, this is very interesting to have four strangers appear here when things are going so badly all over the valley. And she's like, tell me, why are you here?
We are heroes.
Yeah.
We're from Valto's Crossing, and we got a warning from someone from the
Omatu.
city. Omatu told us that the sort of signs of the ends of days were coming in, and we said that we would try and look into things. We followed up on some things that we were hearing about locally. We went to a city, Tarash. There was a really bad sandstorm that hit there, and we found this really weird like wind gem that we think might be connected to this.
She like looks at you thoughtfully, and she's like, Omatu is very brave to be. I know that she is still out there going from settlement to settlement trying to convince people that there's something to worry about. And she's like, I'm afraid I don't think there's going to be much use of her efforts. And she invites you to kind of come with her around the edge of the pool, and there's an area behind it that's kind of just got a few benches and stuff like that she invites you to sit at. It's got a few plants around it, just like desert plants and succulents. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, just like a quick aside. When she like approached us, did she seem like receptive to hugs? Like, well, Tide would try to like greet with a hug.
You know what? She'll hug you back gently.
Gentle hug, yeah.
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 She's like pretty old for an orc. Orcs do not have the longest lifespans. I think it's a little bit shorter than humans. And she looks like she's nearing the end of it for sure. She's got a bit of a hunch when she walks, and she's a little slow to movement. And she sits you down, and she takes a seat herself, and she tells you, she's like, I've seen you coming here, but she's like, I must admit, I don't see anything further for you. And she's like, when I've tried to ask for more information about what role you play in everything, I'm not sure. She's like, I think you still have a lot of time to determine what role you play in all of our troubles.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you see anything maybe about our friend here? This is Alda. Her mom was guarding the wind gem that we found.
She like looks at Alda and she even goes up and like, she's like, can I hold her?
No, Well-Tide never lets anyone else hold it.
Now people who want to eat her.
It's
Well, like Alda just like kind of slinks
Yeah.
away from Well-Tide. Well-Tide's like comfortable with it.
Alda takes to this orc very well, and she kind of laughs at it. She's like, this is not what. Are you planning on eating it still?
Don't.
Don't give it to Tangle. He's gonna try and eat it.
no.
And she kind of laughs. She's like, this came from a very rare and a very dangerous creature. And she's like, clearly you've proven yourselves already. And she says, like, you had some kind of stone you wanted me to see or to ask me about.
Yes, we found it in the temple that was being guarded, and we're wondering if it's maybe connected, because we also know that like some of the well springs are producing less, and we're worried that that's also connected to these sandstorms and other ill tidings.
She like
And Well-Tide gestures to Tangle to take the.
she looks at you and she's like, I know I don't have your trust yet, but please, this will help, and I can give you answers possibly.
I reach into my bag and grab the real orb, and then I hold out both hands, one to give her the orb and the other to receive the worm.
Just eat your fruit stick, man.
As Tangle's doing that, like Well-Tide kind of gestures to Alda for come back.
Come here. I'm like trying to tempt it. I'll do like a look. Does
Don't
it go
do
to
it,
me?
Alda.
She puts her hand under where you have the rock and slaps it.
Why?
She's a wry old lady.
She knows what
Your
you're
fruit
up to.
stick.
She looks at it and she's like, all right. She's like, I wish I could offer you more information. She's like, I've seen this, but I've seen it with its brothers and sisters. And she's like, I don't know for certain what this will do. And she says, I don't know for certain what its purpose is. I know right now it is inert, it is useless, but united with the similar stones that were created with it, its power will return to it. She says, I know these were used for something very important once. She's like, that mystery is gone, and I none of my visions will show me that. However, she's like, I can feel that this will be important for you, and I know that you're going to be looking for another, and that is probably why you are so close to Mount Umbara, to go into the old shrines to find another one of these relics.
Yeah, that's actually that is on our route. We're thinking we were hoping
about
if,
it.
we were hoping if we got all of them, we would know what to do next.
She exhales and she can tell she's like a little tired, and she's, I don't know, a little exhausted maybe from her scene and stuff this morning. She's like, I can't talk to, she's like, I have business today, but I do have one more piece of information that I think will be important for you as well. And she's like, I have seen visions of somebody else with one of these stones. And she says it's a woman named Venora.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
We've heard about her being up to no good.
She tells you that Venora is a dwarf that robbed her own archives in the Undercities in the Crystal Dark.
So she didn't
And found one there.
break in with good magic. She was from there.
Oh boy.
Well, what? Do you know why she is seeking these out? Do you know what these things really are? You said that they're powerful and they're together. We don't really know what their purpose is.
She shrugged and she's like, neither do I, to be honest. I suspect that it's something important, and I suspect that this person who already has one found maybe this information in the archives as well. The dwarves have access to the histories of this land that none of us remember. They are the custodians and protectors of this information for the exact reason that it doesn't get into the wrong hands like it has now. they want to prevent people from accessing this kind of power or to access strong magics or ancient curses or whatever things they deem unsafe for us. And they are fiercely protective of it. I doubt you would be able to find out yourself from them. But she says, but finding them might provide answers itself. And she says, if you hold them, I am sure it won't be safe for you. Because if people find out about this, I'm sure this woman will want to take them from you as well. And you may be doing more danger even having them all in one place, but that's not for me to say.
Maybe we'll be a little bit more secretive about what we have going forward if Honora's out for the same things. Valto just realizing, telling every person.
Tango was right.
Tango was right. How about that?
So you don't have any advice for what we should do if we do happen to get all of them? You don't know.
She stands up and she kind of walks and starts to pace, and with her back to you, she kind of turns and she's like, a lot of people come here seeking answers. They think our magic works a certain way. They think that seeing the future is knowing what to do. And she says often seeing the potential outcomes makes you even more confused about what the best action to take is. There are so many different variables. There are so many different small things you could do differently that might affect things greatly down the line. And she says that I can help you with information where it is, but where I can, but even I don't have a lot of answers. You know, that's not what our magic is for, unfortunately. It's to connect us with the world and to bring us enlightenment, but unfortunately it is usually not clear cut about what our path forward is, and it leaves us to figure that out on our own.
Do you have anything else that you would want to part with us, or anything that you've seen that you think would need some action that we can help with?
She pauses and she says, she says, I trust that you will find your way and that you will be able to figure this out on your own. And she says, I don't want to tell you anything else that will not compromise the future too harshly. But she does have something that she wants to offer you to help you. She takes you to the only door to this inner building, this inner sanctum, and she opens it and talks to one of the guards there that took you up, and he nods and he comes back with a very long, like this long kind of box. It's like, I don't know, this high too. It has like a really nice glass, this nice inlaid wood. And she opens it, and what you find inside is a wooden staff. It's kind of gnarled a bit, and it kind of twists and turns as it gets to the top of it, and then ends in the head of an adder, a snake, at its tip. And she like presents it to you as a group, and she's like, this is something we have unearthed in the desert. And she says, I'm not sure what part it will play, but it might help you on your journeys. And she says, I know your life will be full of danger, and I know it already has been, so this might help protect you. Anyways, when you have a downtime second, I'll tell you what it does and everything like that. But yeah.
You said one of these stones is close by?
She says, yes, you already know, I believe. It's the halls of Nizra, which are the ruins inside of Mount Umbara. It was kept there so that no one would dare grab it, so I'm sure it is well protected, just like the Airstone was. But it would be best, I think, if someone got that before Benora did.
We should make haste. Go quickly. Thank you so much for all this information and guidance.
Of course. She bows. She says, my name is Seer Magrac, Magrac, for our note takers. Who are furiously writing. And she's like, I hope that your journey is a safe one, and I will try to get in contact with you if I hear anything else. And she says, thank you for taking the threats of this land seriously when so few do in this world. with people like you, hopefully we still have a chance to turn things around.
Sorry, I've already forgotten the name.
Magrak.
Magrak. Thank you, Magrak. And like, well tied.
Gentle
There's a
hug again.
Gentle, warm embrace.
I want to get in on this hug.
Oh, group
You just hug
hug.
from the outside.
I approach as well, but I just grab
Like
the
I
orb back and don't join the
Oh.
hug.
Oh, she's giving it back to you,
Okay.
don't worry. She's not keeping it.
Well tied was just like ready to like smack Tangle away from Walda again. Just
Oh.
Yeah, you're led back down to the city proper.
How did we receive the staff, by the way? Was it presented to like just us as a group for
Yeah.
us to hold on to, or?
Yes. I'll give you a second to look over it. Yeah, you find a small like kind of drinking hole on the main alleyway or the main street that you duck into to kind of just take a seat and prepare for your journey and look at the staff. It is a staff of the Adder. It's usable by clerics, druids, or warlocks. I guess I meant this for a cleric. Oh no, we have a druid too. I'm so sorry. It's an attunable item, so you can only have 3 attunable items, but I don't think we're over that yet. You can use an action to speak its command word, and the head of the staff will become a poisonous snake for 1 minute. You can use a bonus action to turn it back to normal, speaking it again. The snake can make a melee attack. It does some piercing damage, and it can do some pretty good poison damage as well if they fail a constitution check. If attacked, it has an AC and some hit points, and if it's reduced to 0, it's destroyed. However, if you turn it back to wood, it regains all its hit points. And but yeah,
Cool.
So I don't know. I guess it's for that side of the table.
I'm normally a bit more of a kind of a spear gal. I don't know if you are interested. I know you sort of prefer non-violence a lot of the time, but
It's a good defensive thing too,
So
though.
it can work in a pinch if someone gets a bit too close. Hopefully, we don't have to rely on its power.
I like that. It's a good druid item too because it transforms into an animal.
Yeah, very animal.
So yeah, it's just the head that transforms, unfortunately, though. So it won't actually slither away from you.
Yeah, it'll
but-
just be like.
I mean,
a
still.
little attack.
Ha!
snake.
Yeah, you just whip it on people and hope its fangs stick.
So, I can use, like, it's an action to turn it into a snake and like.
Yeah, a
can I
bonus action to turn it back to wood.
What's the
And-
command word?
do it.
I don't know. Snakes are great.
I'll come up with something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
I'll
the
leave
little
that to
cut.
my creative players to come up with.
And is this something we can just do like any amount of times
Yep.
as well? So this can just be like my melee attack.
Yep.
Sort of. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
It just takes the action to prep it.
Yeah.
I like the
But I
bullseye.
mean, if you know combat's coming,
I just like that you're starting to develop a bit of a snake theme around some
Oh
of your stuff,
yeah, like
your
there's a
winged
snake,
like-
winged snake around my shoulders.
maybe this will
Like
be
a
the
snake
first
snake.
animal you turn into.
Oh, a giant snake.
Oh my god.
I really like that. Okay. So anyways, with that, how do you all feel? What do you want to do?
I'll be honest. I wasn't sure if she was gonna be all that helpful, and not fully sure how helpful she ultimately was. But I kind of liked her actually more than I thought I was gonna.
Yeah, I like that she smacked Tangle.
That was the part that I also kind of liked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would thought that was pretty
She's
fun.
kind of feisty, and
I
Yeah.
did not like that part.
Well, I mean,
really
that's
feisty.
why
I
we
love her.
liked it.
Do you wish ill upon me?
No,
Then why?
just you getting smacked by an old lady is pretty funny.
yeah, I think I just kind of like an old lady who stands up for
It's like
herself.
comedic, you know?
Oh, you should see my mother.
I want to see your mother. We've been over this countless times. When are we going to go meet your mom?
You will not.
Well, you just,
you just
said that
said
I
we
should.
Yes, a little bit of Aarakocra humor.
Wow.
Alda is also laughing.
Man, I still want to meet your mom. I think she's going to be a cool lady.
Oh, maybe
Or
someday.
maybe she's a cat.
No.
She's a cat, right?
Yeah, she is. I think she is.
Maybe. No.
We've decided.
There's no way.
Yeah.
We should go to that mountain.
Yeah.
I guess.
If we get 20 viewers at once, we'll make Tangle's mom a cat.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Like a
30.
shapeshifter.
30 at
cat,
least.
like-
30 at least.
Yeah.
Maybe she's a druid.
Maybe she's a druid.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she could be a druid. She could shapeshift into a cat. I could satisfy everybody.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Excellent.
Sorry, I love this.
Is there anything else we wanted to do in this town while we're here, or should we just head off to? Was there a market? Was there stuff for sale? in the
Yeah, there's
market?
like basic goods and food and stuff. It's a little. Do any of you speak Orc?
No.
It is the most common language here. Not every merchant does speak Common fluently. So basic goods are probably available for you, but like anything too advanced is probably just difficult to talk to people about.
Is there like a water bearer shrine here, or they don't do the water bearer thing?
So they don't. They handle it all through the Scene Shrine as well.
Oh.
Not from that pool specifically, but
But
yeah.
that's who manages it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So no, they're druids for me to go. check.
No, not here, unfortunately. They don't follow. The water bearers have no influence here at all. They run by their own like customs and beliefs.
Cool. I guess we'd want to like maybe rest up a night or something, like eat and
Yeah.
sleep and stuff.
You want to spend the night here?
What time of day is it again?
It was
Or-
noon when you arrived, so I'm gonna say that was like now it's like afternoon. To get to Mountain Barra is probably like about 2 days from here east, through the hills. So
I think we
Get some
should keep
provisions.
traveling.
I mean, we should go quickly, but we're also like, a little bit tired. Maybe just do a like this will be the best short like rest that we'll have before we get to this.
Should we just like have a meal while we're in town and then get going?
Yeah, sure.
I put prices for those somewhere. Yeah, I'd say if you want to spend the night and rest here, it will cost you about 10 silver each.
Sidebar: I shared my meat or fruit stick with everyone who wanted a piece.
It was a nice snack, but it wasn't very filling.
Okay.
Can we
It's like a treat.
Oh, I
Well,
have
I only have 5
5
silver.
good berries.
what did you
Oh,
spend
do
all your
you?
money on?
I'm
Do we
living
use
the
them
life
today
of
already?
luxury.
Yeah, so I've got 5 that we like can't eat. Can I use them to like trade for rations because they'll fill someone and like make them feel?
I'm going to say because of the language barrier, it's a bit hard to get them to trust you for that. So I'd say it's probably going to cost you 10 silver still.
Okay.
I have to wear your resources down.
Can
All
we
right, well-
can we like essentially buy a meal here in place of doing
Yeah.
spending rations for a
Like,
day?
don't spend rations. The 10 silver covers your night stay and
But
all
what
and
if we
meals.
don't stay the night, but we just get
Do you
some
wanna
food
stay the
and
night?
then
Then it's
No,
less.
I want to travel.
Can we like
After the
gain,
meal.
like 1 level of rest without staying night?
You will when you sleep.
okay.
Only when we sleep. Okay, because I'm
Yeah.
sleepy.
I mean, in my head, it's like a little bit more flavor at this point, but I'm just like, I don't know. We would get a meal and then
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys want to? So, okay, well, consensus here. Are you leaving today or are you staying the night in Great Ashar?
I would like to leave today.
One for leave.
I'm fine with leaving today.
Yeah,
One,
we can. We
2,
can
3, 4. Okay. So then it's only 5. Only 5 silver for a meal.
Sick, I have no
So-
money.
And you'll regain 2 food and 2 thirst.
Do you need to borrow some money, Captain?
Yeah, I can cover for you.
I
if you need it.
do, but I mean, I'm done. I got no
I
money.
have 4 gold, but not 5 silver.
I will.
You
have-
can
Next
I'll
thing.
pay for.
You can
Oh,
exchange
you
it. How
know.
much silver is a gold? Is
I'll
it
let you know.
is 100?
Is it 100?
I want to say
Or is
it's
it
was
10?
10.
It's
I thought it
10.
was 10. Yeah.
Yeah, so 10 you can exchange. So if you have like you can take out a gold and get 5 silver in return change.
Okay.
You know.
Does anyone need their meal covered, or is everyone good?
I covered mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you gain 2 thirst and 2 hunger. You regain. Is anyone close to exhaustion?
Nah.
So we
I-
we regain. Yeah,
Yeah.
the thirst and the hunger. Got it.
So we would have, when we regain a thirst and hunger, would we have like gone down one? So like now we're even, or we're actually.
Not yet. You will in the evening. It's still only afternoon,
Okay, so
I guess technically.
yeah, so I'm at sleepy.
So sleepy
me too.
baby.
But the bottom is barely awake, so it's like I got two.
Okay,
two runs
so
I
you,
can follow
you've still
before
got
I'm-
some time then.
Yeah,
I'm also sleepy.
Yeah, I think we're all sleepy.
I'll say that like Wildtide still gave those like 5 good berries to people to like.
That's very
so
kind
that
of
they're-
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as like a treat, you know. Okay, so yeah, I like that. You're charitable. That's in your character. You can take a point of inspiration for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, so you set out in the afternoon sun, and you still got like a half day's travel ahead of you, so it's smart to get out there. I guess I'm gonna roll to see if you encounter something. All right, so don't worry, it's not bad. I don't know, as you're traveling, your conversation turns to, like you just had, spending money on stuff. You all decide to do your group vault thing kind of for your adventuring party a bit and gather your resources back in Valto's Crossing. The talk turns to money. And I kind of want to know, what would each of you do with 1,000,000 gold pieces? What's your far out dream? Someone brings it up as kind of an example thing, and you're just like, yeah, what would you do? And I want to know what your characters would do.
Well, I mean, if I had that much gold, I wouldn't necessarily have to keep adventuring. I'd be able to support my family. Finally, we could live a really comfortable life.
A safe life.
Yeah, a safe life. Well, that's kind of it. That's what all this is for me. I'm trying to get enough money that we're secure. I don't know. Out of character, do people leave Valto's Cross? Do they leave this region? Are there
There's
other
more
parts of the
regions
world?
to explore, yeah. Kanaima is from across I'm gonna say eastern lands that are more wooded or jungly or tropical or more verdant for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long journey, but people leave. It's I don't know, it's a kingdom, but there's others.
I mean, if I had a lot of money, then maybe, I don't know, maybe we'd get a nice house that we'd all live in, and maybe I'd start a brewery that my parents used to have again. That'd be
Lovely.
A lot of people stay in Valto's Crossing and the surrounding villages because they have roots there, they have family, it's all they've known. Also, they just might not have the money to leave and stuff like that, as it gets worse. And it's just they built homes for themselves, and it's there's a lot of cultural strings to it sometimes. So it depends. But definitely people leave, for sure.
Yeah, I think I'd probably stay, but I'd live comfortably. Finally, that'd be amazing.
That
Pretty much everything I want is that.
that sounds very nice.
What would Tangle
Would
do?
you? Yeah.
I would take the gold and melt it down, and then make a very large statue of myself, and put it in the middle of my village, for all to see.
Amazing.
How do you support yourself? What do you? How do you live without money?
We don't know.
I don't
one
understand
knows.
that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Find food and water every day.
Just steal it from people? Is that what you're doing? Are you stealing?
It's not stealing from the land. There's a pond over there. You take a drink.
But when you're in the city,
Uh-huh.
do you just take what you see? Do you take other people's things?
You saw what happened when that lady dropped the food on the ground?
Yeah, you just ate it off
You
the,
just
off
started
the
eating
ground.
that woman's food.
So you just eat garbage in the city?
Yes,
That's what.
Not garbage.
Well, if it's thrown on the ground.
No.
It's a 5-second rule.
Does Tangle use money in the city when they're forced to, begrudgingly?
Yes, I can participate in this currency exchange you all do, but I see no need to you don't need it to survive.
Yes, you actually do.
In
That's-
our societies.
Yeah.
I live in the wilderness most of the time.
And in Shava, where the Aarakocra live, they don't use money at all. They just
My people don't have money. We
they
don't
have hunters
live
and gatherers
like
that provide for the village, and
I've actually heard about this before from our friend at the what's the name of the bar that we were at?
the alcove.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Nana, the old
Nana.
Aarakocra.
About it.
Yeah, Nana knows.
It makes sense that Tengo wouldn't really care about having much gold.
I'd
Yes.
buy a boat.
Oh,
I'd get myself a boat.
World-class
Sweet
boat.
could we all go on a boat trip?
Yeah.
Would this
We'd
be an
all go on,
acceptable crew?
A cruise. I mean, we'd get a few more people than just the 4 of us.
Well, maybe some that have been on a boat or
Yeah,
had
you
open
know.
water before.
Where
Just stuff.
where would you go? You've traveled around on the sea,
Yeah,
right?
just go around. Just go all over the place. Maybe continue some of the pirating I was doing. It was I was kind of like a steal from the rich, give to the poor kind of deal.
But
I
you would be
do
rich
some
in
of
this
that.
scenario.
Yeah, so that I could keep doing that. I could fund my expeditions. You know?
But you keep stealing from other rich people.
I mean, I give some of it away. But I don't know how expensive a boat is. I'm a cat.
I feel like of anyone, you would know better how expensive a boat is.
Of all of us, you are the
I
boat
didn't buy the
expert.
boat. I just got on the boat, and then they were like, "Oh, you can stay," and then I was on the boat.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
there would
with
be
pirates, I guess.
like some sort of trial or something. Like
You
they
know,
would interview you or something.
I don't know. I did a really cool flip for them. Like, did some like parkour. And they were
Oh.
like, "Oh, you seem useful. You can stay."
Seems easier than I thought it would be.
You know what? Things are really easy for me a lot of the time.
I heard once if you kill the lead pirate, you become the lead pirate.
Well, I don't know if you want to do that.
What would Well-Tide do with 1,000,000 gold pieces? I don't want to get into that debate.
If you owned the boat, would you be the lead pirate? Would people be trying to kill you then?
I mean, I guess I would be the captain, but I mean, like,
Would you have to watch your
I'm gonna
back?
hire a crew that wants to kill me.
The boat's
which
captain
what
is not
made
always
me-
the boat's owner.
When
Often
you-
it's not.
When you became a pirate, did anyone ask you at any point, do you want to kill the captain? Was that part of the interview process?
You know, no, but I guess
So
like
that-
maybe
you
he
should
could
make
read
that-
my vibe.
Yeah.
Like that I wasn't gonna like a captain killer
Right.
of some sort. You know?
Well, if you ever have a boat, I think you should make that part of.
I definitely would put have like a form.
Yeah.
Like an application
Yeah, that's good.
that you'd have to fill out.
That seems smart.
Yeah.
Pirates are never literate.
I'm very literate.
Prove it.
What are you showing me?
My notebook.
What are you showing her?
My notebook
All I
and
see is a
pen.
bunch of penis drawings.
You knew
You
this would
see?
happen. You knew
Illiterate.
this would happen.
No, those
took out
aren't
the
words,
notebook.
man.
They are, and you only see penises.
take-
What languages do
thing-
both of you understand, literacy-wise?
Aarakocra, and actually I cannot write in common. I can only speak common. So I can only
So
write
you're
in
actually
Aarakocra.
illiterate in common.
That doesn't matter for this
I
conversation.
take the pen and I write penis in the book because
Oh.
I am.
Hey, you know what's
literate.
great? He can't read it.
Yeah.
I look at the word penis and I'm like, you see, illiterate. There is no way she could have it. I could have an application form.
I saw what you wrote.
Everyone else
read it.
reads common, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very convinced that it says nothing.
Actually, I think Well-Tide might not be able to read either.
Okay.
I'm not too sure though.
That's okay.
Okay.
What would Valtide do with 1,000,000 gold pieces?
Wow.
Oh my. It's better than combat.
1,000,000 gold pieces. Wow, like that's like way too much money for me to have, but I'd want to like go around and like repair our temples, like the shrines, the water shrines, and I don't know, like make a place for lost people to be able to be taken care of in Valto's Crossing, so that the folks that aren't as fortunate can actually have somewhere to be.
How sweet.
I really
Amazing.
like that.
That's nice.
That's beautiful. Okay. You continue to venture into the afternoon of this thrilling conversation, keeping your hopes high. You find you're still in the Orlon Badlands, so it's still these like rocky hills of these striped blue, like purple and red and clay-colored hills. And you manage,
Play.
well, I mean, isn't that what a Badland would be? Kind of just layers of clay you're seeing and rock.
Out of curiosity, do you think there's any chance there might be 1,000,000 gold at this temple?
Mm.
I know you
I
might
don't
be
know
able to
how we
carry
carry all of it.
it. Slowly.
Yeah, we'd find a way.
Everyone take as much as you can
I
to
mean-
be at just half speed.
Build
Just
a
make a
cart.
very slow.
Worth it.
I should have bought one of those
into
lizards
something
to
that
carry
could
us.
tow it.
We'll finally.
Oh, you could like
need an
literally
elephant.
turn into a camel.
Yeah, I could turn into a camel and we could tow it.
You,
Take a
Oh,
little
sick.
while, but yeah,
That'd
you
be
can
cool.
do that.
yeah.
Even though Welltide has not, that there is the opportunity for Welltide to turn into any kind of animal.
I could turn into things.
Actually, things with this, you can turn to like an alligator now, can't you?
Yep. Yep, I can be an alligator
Wow.
whenever I
Please
want.
show us.
Why, do you want to get crocked again? One time I crocked Jace like twice in one game.
It was bullshit.
Because he went too close to the water where it had crocodiles and he literally just got crocked.
There was secret crocodiles in the water, and the like trigger condition was like
You
if someone is
described
like
yourself as I'm going to stick by the water's edge. And I was like,
we were
well,
fighting a fire elemental. I needed to like jump in if I like caught Blaze
that what
To
you
a crocodile.
Yeah, anyway, so then I was like near the water and a croc popped out and just bit my leg. It was fucking bullshit.
That's still like the best encounter I've ever run, I think, is with like basic crocodiles. You never need more than anything with basic beasts to run a good D&D game.
Apparently.
All right, you find a place with some like kind of dead trees and stuff like that to make like a kind of camp for the evening. You're all gonna sleep for the night. Everyone make a Constitution save. Just gonna see how much fatigue you do. You're looking for a 10.
Ooh, I did not get that. I got a 4.
What do you
Oh.
save?
Yeah.
19.
If you got over 10, you
Well,
recover.
plus
I've
two.
got 11 then.
You recover 3 fatigue. If you got less than 10, you recover 1 fatigue because you didn't get a good night's sleep.
Whoa.
Brutal.
And I guess before you do that, you take a fatigue, a thirst, and a hunger at night as well.
So you
So-
recover 2?
Yeah.
If you...
Yeah,
succeed
you
in it?
3 recover 2. Andrew recovers none, but it replaces the one you lose. And you each lose a hunger and a thirst.
Doing pretty good.
Bookkeeping.
I am
I don't know how
sleepy.
you're all doing, so like I'm excited for someone to be like, "Oh, I'm exhausted," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, I'm not in great shape exhaustion-wise now.
No,
I'm sleepy.
That's
you're a
yeah,
big
that's where I was.
sleepyhead.
Sleepy.
Okay, across the
Hey,
board.
hey, you guys. My hunger is at peckish.
I get it. Because you're a burb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quality content on Can We Play Already? Join us for more great stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. In the morning, I guess you take a hunger and a thirst in the morning as well. But if
But
you,
we're going to eat and drink,
if
right?
you
just
eat and drink, you gain 2, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do that.
So you either lose one of each or you gain one of each if you eat and drink.
Yeah, I'll do both.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Let me know when you're all good. I don't want to rush it too much. Anyways,
Maybe we should stayed and slept in the village.
I wouldn't have made you roll if you stayed and slept in the village. That's
Yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
sorry.
But we've made progress this way.
I guess I'm just really tired.
Oh.
Hopefully
I'm
it'll
sleepy.
pay off.
Is there like coffee in this world or any other?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I think
okay.
like coffee is like a big thing of like the old world for sure, especially
Oh.
in like Middle Eastern countries and stuff, where and like in Africa and stuff like where it came from.
Well, shit. We should get you some of that.
It probably isn't what you think it is, because history of coffee, it was originally the beans were like crushed and used by like monks and stuff and made into like a paste or like some kind of really gross drink like that. Like refined coffee probably doesn't
Sediment
exist.
in the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, but you could still do something with it.
Do we have any of that?
Get
Can
some of
I
that hot bean water.
can I search for some and collect some with my kit?
I'm sure it'd be hard to find in the wild.
I've got an herbalism kit and training.
We're in the Badlands, though.
You're not in like a verdant area
Desert.
either. But like in the
Maybe
next,
there's some
You can
desert.
go look for
Okay.
a bean in the desert.
at the next
that's
village.
fine.
At the next village, you would for sure be able to find coffee.
Okay.
Nice.
What do you
What-
expect it to do?
What other vegetation can I see in the area?
It's pretty like this is a pretty hard area for foraging actually.
Okay.
I say you see like a lot of deadwood and stuff. There's some like kind of really hardy desert plants once in a while, but even like the creatures, like you see some vultures overhead and stuff as you're going, and some like the occasional lizard or something, like small beasts like that. But you don't really see a ton of biodiversity out here in this area particularly.
Okay.
There are areas that are pretty nice though.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Well, I might have myself a snack if I see something,
like what, a lizard?
or like a desert fox or something.
That's very fair. Yeah, as you're traveling the next day, no, I'll have you make a foraging check. It's usually wisdom survival.
All right.
It's hard, though, in this area.
Crit.
What's your wisdom survival?
I got a 20, so.
You can't crit on ability checks in D&D 5th edition.
That's stupid. Fine. 19.
You get a -1?
Yes.
Oh, I
like-
should have rolled. I got
Yeah, the
wisdom.
DC is 25 in this area. It's high. You need to be like skilled. It's like one of the hardest places to forage.
Well.
You don't find anything that substitutes for a ration or anything like that.
All right, then.
Anyways, you travel throughout the morning.
Do we need to do like a scout type situation to be?
I
safe?
think, yeah, so if you're going to forage, who wants to be a scout on this mission?
I will scout.
Perfect. Give me a perception wisdom roll.
Mhm.
And who wants to be our, like, trailblazer? Like our navigator?
I have my navigator's tools.
Yeah, you know what you do.
Yeah.
So do you have survival as well?
I don't have survival.
Okay, so you can apply your proficiency to a wisdom check.
Okay.
So I got 11. on
11?
the
Okay.
Perception.
So it's 19, I guess. Yeah. Proficiency?
Yeah.
To a wisdom check? So yeah. Oh, well, my wisdom modifier is -1.
So an 18.
It's an 18.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you don't get lost today. You got 11 for checking for danger.
Yeah, I rolled low.
All right, that's okay. Because what you do come across is something pretty obvious. Yeah, you actually, when you're traveling these Badlands and stuff, you hear what sounds like a loud bird cry up ahead. And what you see is what looks like an Aarakocra that's wounded or on the ground. They're not flying. And it looks like a rumbling like pile of boulders in the same like striped variation of the Badlands themselves are like almost on top of this Aarakocra, and they look wounded. And they're moving.
Tangle, look.
I think that's another lost elemental is hurting a fellow friend.
We must save them. And I like just immediately jump into action. I'm like flying away, like immediately going beeline straight for it.
Okay, I like that. You have like a 50-foot movement speed when you fly, right?
50 wings.
50 wings,
Not
perfect.
feet.
Yeah.
One sec. I wonder if I can help.
What? It's Tangle's mom.
That'd be amazing.
Can you imagine?
Do I have enough
Okay.
time to touch Tango just before he takes off?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could. What's the casting time and actions? It's like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Bark skin?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're going to use a spell slot and cast Bark Skin. What does it
Yay.
do?
So until the spell ends, target's skin is rough, bark-like appearance, and the AC can't be less than 16.
Oh my
So you have
god.
16 AC. It lasts up to an hour as long as your concentration's not broke. You can roll a magic burnout die whenever you want.
That's a +5. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's real good.
Thank you.
4, I make it, right? That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine. What I'm going to do is have everyone roll an initiative roll, and we'll see who goes first. And it's with intelligence. If you beat a 12, you beat me. Who's got
Nope.
the highest?
I got a 15.
15? You might be at
I got a 9.
9, and you do. So yeah, you're going to be going first initiative order. What I'll do is I'll give Tangle 1 round to do what you want, because you're going to get there first, and then we'll start with you after. So what you see is what looks like a bunch of dust kicking up, and you see, remember when you fought those like sprites that were made of dust?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
methods
see
or whatever.
about 3 of those, and then this like pile of boulders that just seems to be rumbling. It looks like an earth elemental, but it's like variated in all the like kind of stripes of the Badlands themselves, and are almost blended in. And they look to be, the Aarakocra looks like wounded and about to pass out. One of their wings is bleeding, and yeah, this thing looks like it wants to crush it. So what do you do?
Like I don't know how physically like on it is on the Aarakocra. Yeah.
Like within 10 feet of it.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
not
I-
like pinning it down physically.
Not yet. It looks like the Aarakocra was like getting away, but they look
Okay.
injured now.
I want to like swoop in and like grab them and like get them to safety, like just far away from the situation.
Yeah, it's going to have your speed because you're going to be way over your weight limit. So max you'll be able to move is about 25 feet away.
Okay. Well, let's try it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to say you probably can't fly with them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like they're a whole nother person. That's like another 100 pounds or something like that, even for an Aarakocra.
I'm P strong.
I know, but what's your carrying capacity? You're at almost capacity already.
I get, okay.
So they're a whole nother 9 slots or something like that.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I'm just gonna. So I guess.
So you can
swoop in and grab them, and then try to run with them.
Yeah,
or something?
you can get 15 feet away.
Sure. All right.
I'm guessing you're moving back towards these guys so they can cover you.
Yeah.
All right. I really like that. What I want to do is take a quick little 5-minute break and then return to this, and we'll start it off with Kanaima and see what they're going to do to help Tangle survive this.
Okay.
Ooh. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the next video if these are split. Other than that, if you're on Twitch, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Thanks so much.